This is a SolidWorks tutorial showing the fundamentals of mold making by using a runner from an intake assembly from the SolidWorks SAE tutorial. This video will cover the preparing of the model for a mold using surfacing, as well as the construction of the mold itself. Shown here are the molds needed to create one half of the runner. The first step is to open up the file that will be used to make the mold. It is also a good idea to create a new configuration by going under the Configuration tab and right-clicking the name and selecting New Configuration. To aid in the making of the mold toolbar can be added in by right-clicking an existing tab on the Command Manager and selecting Mold Tools. When creating a mold, it is important to check to see if any drafts need to be added to the model. This can be done by selecting Draft Analysis under the Mold Tools. Drafts make sure the model will release from the mold and also give an idea where the two halves of the mold will be. In this case, there is no need to add any drafts to the model. The next step is to insert a split line on the part. Under Features, select Curves and choose Split Line. Select Intersection and pick the right plane. Select all the faces that intersect with this plane. Under the Mold tab, select Parting Line. Use the right plane and select the draft angle to 1 degree and then click the Draft Analysis button. Choose the edges around the part that will separate the two halves of the mold. The edges can be selected either with the mouse or by typing N for the next edge and Y for Add Selected Edge. Once the loop is complete, the parting surface can be added. With the parting line still highlighted, click the parting surface icon on the Mold Tools tab. Select Perpendicular to Pull and choose a distance, which in this case is 30 millimeters. The surface of the ends of the part needs to be extended in order for the mold to split properly. To do this, go under Insert Surface and then select Extend. Choose the edges which need to be extended and enter a value for the distance. This needs to be repeated on the other side of the mold as well. Two planes need to be created to square off the parting surface. Insert a new plane under the Reference Geometry drop-down. One plane needs to be inserted 170 millimeters offset from the front plane, and the other is offset 60 millimeters from the top plane. To trim the surface, go under Insert, Surface, and then Trim. Select one of the planes as the Trim tool, then click on the selection that you want to keep. Repeat this with the other plane to trim off the opposite end. Once complete, a sketch can be drawn on the parting surface using the Convert Entities feature to obtain the lines from the parting surfaces. Close off the sketch. Click the planar surface from the Mold Tool tab and create that surface. Add a second surface on the other side. With both surfaces complete, click the Knit Surface icon and select the three surfaces. Because the parting surface was extended manually, move the Surface Knit 1 body into the Parting Surface Bodies folder. Now the actual mold can be created. Click the Tooling Split icon under the Mold Tools tab. Choose the knitted surface and sketch a rectangle around the model. Exit the sketch and enter values for the thickness of the two halves of the mold. By right-clicking the two bodies of the mold in the Feature Manager, the option Insert into New Part can be selected. This allows further modification to be done to the molds without having the original part or the parting surfaces present. The one body can be translated by going under Insert Features, then Move/Copy. Select a body, then use the arrows to move one body away from the other. In this case, the other half of the mold is a mirror image of the mold just created. To create this other set of molds, select the right plane and then go under Insert Mirrored Part. This will create a new file that contains the two new mirrored molds.